I know this is on recording, but one more thing about the conversation I had with my cousin from Australia today. We spent like 10 minutes talking about how most sightings of sea creatures are actually just whale dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Sorry. As if Dion pointed that out, I can't unsee it. This is the real reason Darius has gone to her house.
Oh no.
You got with my brother, I'll get with your mum.
Ew.
The best part is they never even got together.
Who's doing laser beam eyes?
Pew.
Anyway, greetings everyone and welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra. Apparently this is how we're starting things off here.
It's no different than the usual shit posting we start off with, to be honest.
I just realised I forgot to add someone.
Who's making David?
Give me a moment, I just need to find someone. Congrats. This is the butler.
Oh god. Watch out, he's got a rolling pin.
No, he just uses a stick. He's got a gammy leg.
They're just kind of there like, oh, hi mom.
Yeah, no, that's happening to me while you look up and you just see all these lines flying in and out through the walls.
The fuck is happening?
Hold on, you just see Waffleberg messing with one of the tubes. Hold on, it turned itself on.
It's like, just kind of there like,
So,
long time see.
So yes, last time, you went ahead and let Umpa have some time of grieving before letting Umpa come along with you for further adventures. You encountered a couple of odd sights as you flew towards. Let me just load up the map so I can remember the name. Q-Jar. Yeah, Q-Jar. Such sights including flowers that kind of made people a bit drowsy, a fawn-like creature running away, a giant sword floating in the middle of the sky that then turned out to be a giant monster standing in the ocean, who luckily had his back to you because apparently he was distracted with something. And then you made landfall, bumped into Gragas, who was always happy to meet a fan, always happy to meet a drinker, and then got introduced to the mayor, as well as Darius. And as it turned out, the mayor was your mother.
So like, hi mom.
Yep, and you accidentally, both in and out of character, slipped up.
Yeah. That actually, it wasn't intentional, but like, out of character I did it. So, I did it in character and out of character, but it was just a slip.
Yep.
But
And it ended up being the most Delris thing ever.
it worked so well. It's such a Delris thing to happen.
Yep. So that is
Like
where we
John
pick up.
said, so Delris.
With you all inside this luxury large dining room.
She lets the illusion fade, just kind of like back to normal.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You're all just there in this awkward silence as this old female is just staring at Delris. Darius is just there looking between you both before taking a seat.
It's just like drama.
Family issues. We all know how it is.
Yeah, motherly love, right?
That's one of the things I was gonna say. We met your brother.
My apologies.
Saved us.
Draven doesn't do rescues. Draven does favors for later.
Well, if from what they've told me, it was for the favors of kind.
That's exactly what I mean by favors.
Exactly.
We haven't really seen Ionia though. Either
He went back to Noxus to deal with some issues with the arena.
Either way. Hi, Mom. Long time no see.
She's just still staring at you.
Last time I saw you, you were throwing glass bottles at my head.
Last time I saw you, well, never mind. Let's try and keep this civil, shall we?
No. I like the continuation of a sentence without it being stopped. Besides, your family should be truthful, right, Mr. Darius?
Of course. That's why I always tell my brother he's an idiot.
Exactly.
But yeah, last time I saw you, you were throwing glass bottles at my head. You walked out the door. And then we found out that you sold us to Singed.
Look, I had dark times, okay? Dark times
Dark-
and dark thoughts. Everyone goes through them.
Dark Times does not include selling your children to a mad scientist to be
I didn't know what he'd be doing to you there, did I? He just said he could give you a good home.
He's a Zonian Chem Baron! What did you expect?
I expected what he told me, which is that he is a highly revered scholar in Piltover.
Which he's not. How does he look like he's from Piltover? He doesn't!
Maybe times have been rough on him, I don't know, I haven't seen him lately.
He looks every bit the mad scientist that he is.
Because that is actually a thing in his lore. Apparently, he is still revered in Piltover secretly as like a scholar type person. Like,
So,
He's the so in Zon he's known as the Spider, and Piltover he's known as Singed.
yep.
He uses Urgot to do his bidding.
like, also, you're just a shit mom!
Look,
You left 2 7-year-old children to fend for themselves!
look, that's. I'm not making excuses. I went through some dark times. I lost my husband because of his research. And then you two come out looking as you are. Speaking of which, where is your sister?
Oh yeah, that's fun. You're really lucky that I'm the one who's active right now.
Active? What
You
do
wouldn't
mean
even be
active?
talking to you.
What do you mean
Oh yeah,
active?
remember when you sold us to that mad scientist? He kinda experimented on us, fucked with my brain, made me and Alari share a fucking body!
Yet again, I feel like I need to state, didn't know he was a mad scientist.
Look at my scars, Mom!
The butler's just like looking awkwardly. He's like, I'll go fetch refreshments and food. And he just rushes to the kitchen.
Bring some toast to strudels. He seems nice.
Well, he now has plenty of gossip to have, I guess.
She just kind of like Delris like lifts up the side of her hair and there's like massive scars like along her skull.
Look, do you think I'm proud of what's happened to you?
Care if you're proud or not. Like seriously. What the fuck?
What do you expect me to do?
No. Have some actual fucking remorse instead of trying to make excuses for abandoning your children and selling them to someone in Piltover?
Remorse comes after the shock fades.
Look.
Remorse comes before the shock. If you were a good mother, that is. Just putting that out there.
I should
Either
also
way.
probably state. No, never mind.
Say what you say, mother! Say things!
Well, you saw who just left the building, don't you? I think you can put 2 and 2 together.
Bragus? Oh my god, are you fucking Gragas?
Even Darius has to hold back a bit of a laughter at that point.
I mean, dude's a good-looking dude, but that's still...
No, for one, I don't think I'd be able to walk if that was the case.
Ew.
Two, no, he just delivers.
Alcohol, your alcoholic ass.
Everyone has their vices and their sins.
You know what? Maybe I should let Alari speak to you.
Do what you
Oh
must,
dear.
I'll take the punishment.
She will probably kill you.
I think I just spat out a bit of burger. What the fuck?
Alari's been more hard done by this than I have. From what it sounds like I was like before I lost my memory, like I probably had a better I've had a better time since I lost my memory. Alari remembers everything.
The butler at this point will come back out, just start points of food down on the table, some drinks. He'll look to both Kuiper and Mariah and be like, would you two like a booster seat or a cushion?
That is very offensive, but yes, please. That would be nice.
It's rather
Also,
nice that they offer booster seats.
also for the gentleman over there, and he will actually place like toaster strudels in front of you, Waffleberg.
Yes.
So, this is the thing, Mom. Or the 1 second. Oh, character.
1 second. Nuts.
Or you know what? You're not even Mom, so Merritt or Mary or whatever you go by now. So, look, I don't really remember much. Alari remembers everything. The only reason I'm speaking to you right now, and not just hitting you in the face repeatedly, is because I don't remember the pain you put us through that well. And plus, I'm generally the calmer one, which is weird.
Yes, it seems that way.
But also, the urge to punch you in the face is so strong.
She just sighs, just grabs her glass, and just starts to drink from it. Look,
I'm gonna walk up and just smack the glass out of her hand.
make me a. Give me a moment here. I don't want to say sleight of hand, because that'd be if you were trying to take the glass off her. Just
No, I'm literally knocking it out of her hand.
monks use dex as well to attack, don't they?
Yeah.
Make me either a strength check or a dex check. Up to you. Okay. So you walk up
Oh
to her,
no.
you try and slap the glass out of her hand, and she just kind of moves her hand out the way. Your hand just slams down on the table instead. Look,
Like,
let us try to be civil about this.
oh, it's taking so much work to be that, though.
Indeed, and it's taken me so much work to try and, well, try and not break down emotionally, I guess is the way to put it. One has
You
to
don't.
keep a stiff resolve and all.
You don't really have the right to be that way. Everything you did was your choice.
Was it?
You took that choice away from your own fucking kids.
Let me put it to you this way, Delris. If you could see yourself going down a destructive path, and you had a child, Wouldn't you want the best for that child? Wouldn't you want someone
Yeah.
that you thought could take care of them to take care of them?
But you didn't. You left us alone.
And then I saw someone that came up and offered to take you and give you a good home.
By that, it was not your choice anymore. You'd left us alone for years by that point. And if I had a kid, and I was going down a destructive path like that, I'd fight like hell to get out of it. Not just leave them alone to fend for themselves. We're taking care of a kid.
I was about to say, did you leave Umber on the ship? But if I recall right, you
Yeah.
did.
Yep.
No, we did.
She is
It's
with
like-
Stellara.
Yeah.
Like, we're taking care of a kid. And despite all the shit that me and Alari have been going through, we're
Eyebrows,
doing our best for her.
her eyebrows kind of raise at that moment, and she just looks over to you. You have a kid.
Not blood, but adopted. Not that you'll ever see her.
She just stares at you, then looks down towards a glass. How is it that this happens, and yet when it happened to me, it took everything from me?
Because you let it take you.
I didn't let it take him.
No, but you let his death take everything else.
What else was I supposed to think?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe this is a problem that I have. Maybe I should work against it. Maybe I should actually take care of my children and try and have a fulfilling life.
How was I supposed to do that when everything I've been taught and raised to believe made me think when I looked at you and your sister that you were both monsters?
So that's it. See, that's what I wanted to see from you. That look of disgust, that blame. You've deemed them monsters, and that's why, quite frankly, you're not a parent. Yes, sure, you had them, and you let your grief of your hubby's death get in the way, and yet you didn't even stop to think that the last thing that he left you, you just sold. And here you are, still looking at them with disgust, as if they are a monster, and yet you carry on about how you've been punished, how your feelings and you will become emotional, and yet you can't stop looking at her without disgust. You're not a parent. Alcohol is not a punishment. If you were a parent, you would have given everything to try and fix yourself. You would have given everything to try and protect them from your people, from your legends, from your stories. You don't leave family alone. You don't leave a soldier on the battlefield.
You saw what happened to Ragan's Reach. You've seen what the one that came before them did. Of course we were going to think that it would happen
Did that
again.
we are this way?
And according to that legend, his mother stood with him. Kind of sad when the monster that you try to use an excuse has a better mother than you were.
Look, whose fault is it that we are that way? You're the one who went into the world ruin.
It's what your father wanted. It's all he ever wanted. It was this dream
Well, maybe
to
you
study
should
and see
have had more
that.
sense. Then maybe you should have had more sense than to follow him into the fire. And we wouldn't have turned out this way.
So you
'Cause
blame
that's-
me for how you are then?
I blame you for being an idiot. But I also blame you for leaving us to fend for ourselves at 7 years old. for selling us when we were 16. Years after, when you no longer had a say in our life.
She just kind of looks for a drink and just mutters to herself. You can roll a perception to see what she muttered. She quite literally muttered, they were 16. I thought they were younger when I sold them.
He just kind of like goes, that's it.
I'm not gonna lie. I had to have her do the line because quite literally that's the line that was going through my head as well. I forgot that it was 16 when they were sold. I thought they were younger for some reason. Despite the fact that I
No.
quite clearly have notes on this.
It's like, just Delris's eyes kind of widen, and then she strikes. Guessing that hits.
It would do. But as you reel back to strike her, an arm grabs your hand. No, a hand grabs your arm, other way around.
Look at them.
Darius just looks at you. I get how you're feeling right now, and I get that there's some tensions here, and I get it's not my place to step in. But at the same time, think about things here. You're about to strike the mayor of the town. I get that she's your mother and all, but at the same time, do you really want to be chased out of this place because of such an action?
My sister would do way worse if I let her.
Then curve your anger and curve her anger as well if you can.
Oh no, I can't curb her anger.
Then perhaps keep her in there until you're done.
Look, Darius, I don't want to make an enemy of you.
I'm not saying I would take action. It's not my jurisdiction, it's not my duty. I'm just saying, don't be foolish. There are more reasonable ways around this.
How?
And he just lets go of your arm.
I hate to stop the chaos, but I have
What-
to agree. It'd piss her off more if she saw us out and about than it would you punching her.
True.
The only reason we came here was to find her. We had
And
no
we
be in this town.
found her, but if you punch her, you're giving her what she wants, which is for you to punish her. Once you punish her, she'll think everything's okay, and the remorse will stop, and she'll go right back to her alcohol. A far worse punishment would let her stew in the fact that you still exist, that the one gift that the man she loved left for her. And she'll come to realize that her little gift she threw away, and that some people would give anything for a gift like that to come back to them.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's what pissed her off.
This actually might hurt you more, Mom. Looks to her.
At this point, the butler comes back. Puts a large plush pillow down for both Kuiper and Mariah on their chairs so that they can sit comfortably at the table. And then as he's going to exit back into the kitchen, he gives Mary a look. And Mary gives him a look and just nods slightly. And he goes into the kitchen.
You know what, Mary? This might actually hurt you more. I saw Dad. His spirit. Well, we spoke to him.
She just slowly turns to you again. She's going to roll an insight on you.
Would you allow me to use detect thoughts on him as he leaves?
Just pop the spell up for us, would you? Let's just see. I'm just seeing if it needs like a save.
Spoiler.
Okay, so it would be affected. So they have no save against this, basically. It just happens.
It's DC 50. I think it's an intelligence
Wisdom,
save.
wisdom
save.
save.
Wisdom saving.
Yes.
That's very big wall of text.
He actually fails.
Also, your name is a spoiler.
Turns out he was Poppy all along.
Oh no.
Oh,
I just changed it to that because it's funny just to have the little icon laughing at you all at the corner. So,
The icon's broken.
yeah, it's broken on there for the rolling thing, but like down here where all the names are, because I've got it on small icons.
Ah.
It's just a perfect DM thing just to have an icon laugh at the players demonically. Either way, she looks at you, Delris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe you're just trying to hurt me more. Because she
No.
rolled low on the insight there. She thinks you're lying. Kuiper?
No.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, he's detecting thoughts on this
Yeah.
person as he was leaving, so do Kuiper.
As he's leaving, the only thought you really get from him is just, well, as the mistress wishes.
Sus.
Kind of looks towards like,
Very
oh,
sus.
believe me or not, I'm not. My friend over there has a bit of a gift. Can speak to dead people.
She just
We
looks
met.
over the party as you say that. Which one? The
Yep.
small one? The other small one?
The greenish black looking bird.
Oh, right, right. Don't get too many Vestines around these parts. My apologies.
To just giving her the one-eyed look. Just displeasure at their existence.
Either way, he has a particular gift for speaking to the dead. So,
Darius, at that point,
we met Dad. When we went to the
slowly gives Potoo a side glance.
Two just returns the side glance.
Waffleberg's eyes just go side as he gives both of them a side glance. Die.
Bug-eyed Waffleberg.
But yeah, just got up there like, look. We met him at the World Ruin. He actually guards it now.
He guards the world rune.
Mm-hmm. His spirit stayed to protect it. But also, he is disgusted with what they've done.
Is what she says true? As she looks deeper too.
Yes.
He's disgusted with what I've done.
Yes.
I try to remember if he is or not. I can't remember what I said those sessions back.
I think he was. He was very distraught and disgusted when he heard about what she did.
Okay, let me make a roll an insight then. With it, never mind. I was about to say with advantage because Potoo helping, but nat 20, she just looks at you, then just looks down at her drink. Yeah, I don't blame him for being so. He was always he was always looking forward to being a father.
And what do you do with that wish that he had? You squander it.
You can see at this point her hands are actually kind of trembling. and her head is definitely drooped down.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate you. And there's only one other person I can say that about. And that's the guy who did this to me and Alari.
Cries of joyful whooping coming from Ionia as Zed celebrates not being hated anymore.
She doesn't so she doesn't really hate Zed. Like she never hated him. It was more like a oh we're enemies sort of thing. There's only two people Delris truly hates. If it was Alari, it'd be a different story. For Delris, it's very much a no sort of thing. Like she doesn't particularly hate. So she's kind of like, you are the person. You are the one of the two people in this world that I truly hate.
She just continues to look down into her glass. And then just pushes it away from herself.
So that's what you needed. Hmm?
And then she slowly gets up from her chair. Excuse me a moment. And she goes to leave the room.
Trying to leave. Seriously. Again.
I need a moment.
I don't trust this.
Oh yeah, like all the times. You know.
Speaking of, what are the rest of you doing at this point?
Yeah, because you're kind of in the doorway. Like, she has to get past all of you.
No, they're sat at the table.
Okay.
Actually, Potoo didn't sit down. He's kind of leaning against
Okay,
the wall.
so Potoo's leaning against the wall. I'm assuming given he went 4 cushions from Mariah and Kuiper are sat down. And I think Waffleberg was
I
sat
think
on the same side as you lot, so...
Kuiper's staying as close as Potoo and Waffleberg as possible.
Okay.
Waffleberg. Oops, sorry.
No, go on.
Mine's after she leaves, so if you're talking to her, go on ahead.
Darius is still side-eyeing you, by the way, Potoo.
I'm going to give Darius a very ridiculous face if he continues to stare.
Just kind of looks at her and goes, you need a moment.
Yes.
That's right. The woman who's done nothing but make our lives hell needs a moment.
A mayor needs to be calm and composed. A mayor needs to be calm and composed.
But you're not a mayor, you're a mother. You're a mayor to the people out there, but to this one person, you are a mother, and yet you still reject that. You still refuse that. But go on. Take your moment. It's fine.
Out.
You
Stop.
broke up there, sorry.
Stop hiding behind this facade you've built. Let it out. Be honest. For once in your fucking life.
As she says that, Potoo.
Hmm.
Darius just looks at you full on this time, just not side-eyeing. Excuse me a moment. I need to talk with you outside.
Two frowns. And I'm not going to be in a bad situation.
If I was going to attack, I would have done so now.
True.
There is the time for war, there is a time for action, there is the time for words. This is the time for words in both situations. I just need to ask you some things.
Alright. Dude just shrugs. Gives one more glare to the mother. And if Darius is leaving,
Yep.
she's going to follow.
He
Looks
will
at the
just exit the front door and wait for you.
Should Potoo, should you be going alone?
Technically speaking, I'm not alone, and we're only going outside this door.
Technically speaking, if anybody's going to escape from a tough situation, leave us all behind, it's him. He's pretty good at that. That's a
I never
compliment.
left you guys. What are you talking about?
That's a compliment.
Just go.
Right.
So, yeah.
There we go.
What's the mother doing?
She is still staring at you. And then she's just gonna sweep her arms across the table and just send her glass flying to the floor. And just take deep breaths. And you can see some tears start to form.
What you want to say? Just let it out.
What do I want to say?
Say it.
So many things. So many things building up over so many years.
And stop hiding and say them.
She's just gonna slowly turn to you. Like, at first, you think it's a glimpse of horror, of like anger at you. But then you see it's of remorse. And she just kind of flings her arms around you and buries her head in your shoulder.
Delris literally goes, expecting yelling, not hugging.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
That's what I want to say. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done. I'm sorry for how I've treated you and your sister, how I wasn't there. I'm a horrible being.
just kind of looking at Waffleberg, who's now behind me, like,
Also, I should note he's in the kitchen.
Waffleberg just shrugs, then looks over at
Kitchen.
Moonman.
Kitchen.
Who is currently mending the glass that got thrown.
Leave that. I'd leave that for the butler. That way he can. Speaking of butler, well,
just kind of pat. It's like, I'm not gonna say it's okay, because it's not, but...
I know it's not okay, but I need to start making things up to you too. I need to make things right. I need to do better as a mother.
Just kind of like... like, Delris just confused, just this dialogue going on between her and Alari, just in the mind, like, she's apologizing? What? She's apologizing? I don't know what to do? It's like...
21 insight check. Okay. So.
Wait, why is there two?
What?
There's two Kuipers.
Is there?
Yeah.
I see
There's only
one.
one on my screen.
Yeah, there's only one for me as well.
Oh, there's absolutely another.
Oh, there's two.
Oh!
Has Umpa disguised herself as Kuiper again and followed us?
Turns out Umpa disguised herself as Darius.
It's
Just a miniature Darius.
She,
like...
just disguised herself as a miniature Draven, just stood at there doing the duck face.
Oh no. Anyway, what's the 21 insight get Waffleberg?
The 21 insights gets Waffleberg. It seems that history is catching up to her. She is actually starting to show, for the first time since you've seen her today, actual genuine emotion.
Delris is just there, like, having this back and forth with Alari in her mind while the mum hugs and cries, and she's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Do I hug her back? It's like, no.
give her like a pat on the back, I guess.
I'm like, pat. It's like, there.
Children, like, yeah, I haven't done this in like 200 years, so.
It's just kind of like, just this. Can I make an intelligence saving throw? With
And then a grapple check.
trying trying to force herself out.
Go for it. Let's see what happens.
That's a fail, actually. Very close, but that's a fail. Because the DC's 16.
That's a high DC.
It is, isn't it?
Although, to be fair, it makes sense for this situation too.
So the hair turns blue. And so do the eyes.
Ah!
Oh no.
And you kind of, like, you two will notice the blue hair and the blue eyes come out. The mother is still hugging and crying, so I'm not even sure if she'd notice.
She hasn't.
And just the kind of... She just kind of grabs the shoulders of the mother and pushes her back a bit.
Make me a... So she wasn't expecting it. I'm going to say that the grapple isn't needed because you could
Okay.
just easily get the shoulders. Make me an attack roll with advantage because she's not expecting it. Let's just see how
Attack roll?
hard... An attack roll with advantage. Not an attack roll, a strength check with advantage. Let's just see how hard you push her. Quite hard. She goes toppling over a chair and just hits the ground hard.
Alari will make herself look like herself with the tattoo.
And she just looks up in shock and horror.
And there's Alari.
It's just... But... I'm assuming
Just
you don't forgive me like your sister may do.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Suplex. Turns out she is a master monk herself. Reverse suplex.
She's just kind of standing over her. It's like, you have no idea how much I want to burn you down to a crisp right now.
And I wouldn't blame you for it.
You don't know what we went through after you left us behind. You couldn't even remember what age you sold us to a maniac. I don't have my own body anymore because of you.
Do their foes get passed on like that?
Delris was talking about what was happening with her while the mother was hugging her.
Fair enough.
She was like, what the fuck's going on? This happened. She said this. What's happening? What
Fair
do I
enough.
do? She's
Just,
me now.
just needed that clarity for continuity's sake.
Yeah, she doesn't hear what's happening, but if Delris tells her what's happening, then she knows.
I mean, I guess it should be a thing of we should just always assume that Delris is going to pass that information on, unless you say
Always
otherwise.
do. Yeah, they don't always do it, so I will say if they don't.
Yeah.
Delris doesn't always pass on, and neither does Alari, because that's why they end up in weird situations.
Yeah, that's fine.
But in this case, it was, the reason why Alari forced herself out was because of what she was hearing from Delris. She's just kind of there like, I don't have my own body anymore because of you. Because of what you did.
And how am I supposed to even start to repair this? Like, I have no idea. I'm willing to try. By the gods, I'm willing to try, but how? Where?
You are 12 years too late.
Even with a sober mind, I don't think I'd have an idea.
Thing. I'm not even my own person anymore. Do you get what that's like?
I assume
don't
I
have
will
my-
at some point.
I don't have control over anything that happens to me. And that mad scientist that you sold us to? He's still after us. Still trying to hurt us. He's trying to kill Delris.
I'm not saying I did. I'm not saying I'm not at fault here. I am fully at fault. I get this. By the gods, I get this. At the same
No.
time, you have to
You-
understand.
I don't have to understand anything. I remember when we were children and you'd throw your empty bottle to us just for playing. I had to raise Delris. I was 7 years old. I had to try and stop her from joining the Winter's Claw and going off to die. I had to try and find us food when we had no money. No way to work to get that money. Because we were children. And not only that, we were ostracized from everyone in that village. The one person we thought we could rely on left us behind.
Kuiper and Waffleberg, make me a perception check. Okay, that's fine. I got worried then, and then I realised that the Nat 20 was on keen hearing and smell, which this wouldn't be.
Yeah,
This is a
no.
visual-based thing. So oddly enough, none of you passed, not even with a 19.
Oh.
This was a very high DC check to check for something. But none of you noticed.
Kuiper is still very uneasy regardless.
Yeah. I will say this though, with your 15 and your 19, yeah, the butler's been gone for quite a bit.
Which Waffleberg has already made a note of, because he had stated something earlier about it.
Do you want to know what, Mother? I remember everything that madmen did to us.
Actually,
I remember every ounce of pain.
actually, I am going to say something, actually. I'm going to retcon a little bit there of what I said, where I was like, yep, nope, no one gets anything for that.
Hmm?
Lyra does pick up on something with keen hearing. The butler is talking to someone, but you can only hear one side of the conversation. It's a bit muffled from the distance, but Lyra is definitely picking up on his voice in the distance. To be fair, Lyra is also hearing the conversation that would be happening at the same time between Potoo and Darius.
Doesn't know which way to go, like,
Yeah.
Waffleberg's just looking at Bowman.
Where's the butler?
Gonna message Waffleberg. Just says that I thought, as the mistress desires, he left. Lyra can hear him speaking with people.
Waffleberg's going to put a hand on Alari.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but we need to be going.
huh?
She's betrayed us.
She'll look to you shocked, Waffleberg. What?
Alari kind of stiffens up and stares back at her.
No.
Where's your butler?
My butler. What about him?
As you wish.
Yes, I asked him to leave us so we could have a mother-daughter moment. So that we could try and resolve things without him being here. So it could be just me and her. The reason that I asked you lot,
This
the reason I didn't ask you lot to leave either, is purely because she trusts you more around here.
That is a natural 20 on it.
She is being 100% honest.
No, she
That's
is not.
something so.
And yet, then Waffleberg looks at her.
Then you may have been betrayed.
Her eyes just kind of widen at this point. She'll look to Alari. Then look to the rest of you. Follow me, quickly. I know where he'll have gone. I know the way to the kitchen.
What? But
What?
but Potoo.
Well,
Yeah,
It's like, oh
he was
no.
just kind of.
We should
Waffleberg is in Wilhelm to go
grab.
to.
So, while all this has been happening, Potoo, you meet up with Darius outside. And he's just leaning against the wall until you exit. And he looks over to you. You've got a stink about you.
Well, I haven't taken my bath.
Not that kind of stink. You reek of the dead.
Oh, I'm technically not dead.
You know what I mean. Those cursed isles.
Ah, yes. I picked up a lovely sword from a fight back in Bilge.
He's just gonna walk over to you. Remind me again how tall you are, Potoo.
I do believe that Potoo is like 6'5".
Okay.
Thank God I wrote that down in my bio.
Let me just open up this lovely thing I found again. How tall is Aarakocra so I can get the height? Because I've got the height weight chart now, so I can actually find out if Darius will tower over you. Darius is 6'5", so he's kind of matching you roughly on height.
Yes, but if I remember correctly, Darius' armor makes him seem bigger.
Yeah, so he is pretty much staring you directly in the eyes, but he does seem bigger in bulk. You've got the sword, and you've got the stench of the Isles on you. How do I know you're not from the Isles yourself? How do I know you're not another enemy sent here?
Well, I mean, I can cut myself, and you can see me bleed if you like.
Those things bleed when you cut them as well.
Oh, well then I don't know. Unless you, got any way of looking into my brain. Without cracking it open, because I don't want to be a walnut.
He just kind of stares at you still. Were you there when he tried to take Noxus?
No.
Were you there when the shadows fell over?
I was not in Noxus, no. Actually, we were in Piltover trying to pick up a friend.
Yep.
We actually saved Piltover.
Piltover was attacked too the similar way.
Oh, yes.
At this point, he raises a gauntleted hand and just starts to rub at his forehead. And you will see, as he moves his hand away, there is still a slight mark still on his forehead. A slight sickly green tinge to it.
Ooh.
Whoever was behind these blasted waves, they took my mind for a moment, made me not my own.
Well, I can tell you that definitely wasn't me. The spirits in my sword, however, said it was something else. Someone else.
Did they give a name at least? A title? Anything?
Out of character, did they?
I
can't
do
remember.
believe they did say the Rune King.
Yes,
I do believe. Say that. Sorry, Zed.
I was just saying yes. They did say the Rune King.
I do believe they called them the Ruined King.
He just lets out a deep sigh. God damn it! Damn it, and not my fault, not my king. So what you're saying is, some king of the Isles has come back.
From the sounds of it, yeah.
Did they give a name at least?
No, they only had a title. I imagine there's probably some history books you probably go through for that. So.
Perhaps I needed to head back to Noxus anyway soon. Some lovely information to pass on that I've managed to get from our good friend here. But before that, he will rummage into his pocket and he will hand you something, Potoo. It's a sending stone. If you manage to get any more information on this, you tell me. You may not be the biggest fan of Noxus. Trust me, I can see it in your eyes, but at the same time, we have a common enemy in the Isles. And
True.
if we're going to take this down, we need to work together.
Alright.
Alari just kind of sneaks outside, hands sewn.
Just collars Potoo and drags him into the building.
Yeah, just imagine all this time Wilhelmus just come out, trying to drag Potoo by the leg. And then Alari just comes out and grabs the top part and just wheels you in.
It's just kind of like, wait, you're Draven's brother?
Yes.
Give this to Draven from me.
What is it?
Sending stone.
Oh, I just handed your friend here one as well.
Yes, it's got a little Alari painted on it.
Did you do this
I
yourself?
enjoyed that.
No, my sister.
Didn't come.
Go on, what were you saying, Santa?
I enjoy that it got locked up right before pictures, because when you're like, oh yeah, what's this, and I'm like, lewds, and then you're like, sending stone, but it's got my picture on it.
It's like, no, my sister painted it. She has a habit of painting faces on sending stones.
Oh. I didn't see you went... Oh, yes, no, I remember the talk that was happening, 2-in-1 and all that situation.
Yes.
So you're the one that he's rescued.
Yes.
My apologies.
I haven't seen him since then.
You hear him on the wind, though, whenever we say his name.
What?
It's a joke.
I will say this, though, just between us. Your mother may be a cold, heartless woman at times. I'm not going to deny that. Family is still family. Try and find some way to reconcile. After all, he only gets one.
Speaking of, someone's apparently betraying her. So let's go, Potoo.
Wait, what?
Just being casually dragged.
No. He comes in after you at that point.
Okay,
I like despite the fact that Black Rose hates our existence, we have become best friends with both Darius and Draven. So like we could march upon Noxus and just kick the Black Rose out.
Just
like, want to put that up.
Have a conversation with you later about your secret society in Noxus.
So, out of curiosity, is the Minotaur we know the Minotaur General? Or is he just a Minotaur commander?
It was a
general became a thing.
It was a different Minotaur.
Oh, because I remember describing them in like golden Noxious armor, and then they came out with the card like last month, and it was a Minotaur golden armor, and I'm like, hey!
That's why I gotta state it was a different one. I've not killed off a character that didn't exist until afterwards.
But
would not be the first time one of our things got.
Oh, maybe they were related.
as we're kind of walking back in, and he's like following us back in, it's like, oh yes, we need to have a talk about your secret society later. They kind of want me dead.
Right?
I think
right,
they all want all of us dead.
right, Games.
All of
If you're
us.
secretly watching this, send us a signal, send us a sign somehow. Blink twice if you're watching.
They want to kill all of us, but I'm the one who kind of pissed them off the most, I think. Because I nearly set them on fire. Anyway, let's get going.
I think you nearly set everybody on fire. Sorry.
I nearly set everyone on fire several times. That is true. Let's go.
Funny.
Right.
It's funny because Dorian's not around anymore.
So you all race up towards the kitchen as she leads you there.
Mm-hmm.
As you burst in, the butler just kind of turns on his heels and looks to you and just gives a bow. My lady? She just kind of
Who
scowls.
you talking to?
To the lady, of course. To the mayor.
I'm going to block off this door.
Is there anybody back here with him?
No, it's just him.
I'm going to send out Debbie to scan the area. Potentially this back room area too.
Okay. Devi scans the area. Doesn't find any other people in here.
Draken! Heal! Blink Dog just teleports in next to Alari.
He asked
No,
who
no,
were
you
you
shout Draken
speaking
heal.
to.
Draken does not heal. Draken is not here. Remember, you sent Draken off all the way back to bloody Piltover.
Did we?
Yes.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
we
you guys did. Yeah. Like, where's Draken?
Draken took something back to bushy mustache fellow.
On Homerdonger, yes. He'll be back. Don't worry about it.
Meanwhile, so we're on
Well, at least
Diplomacy and Borders. A dog has been pulled over.
Starkey and Nyx are still here.
Yes.
Yeah, still
Who are you
here.
talking to?
Who was I talking to?
The others said you were talking to someone. Who were you talking to?
I wasn't talking to anyone.
Oh, no, I apologize. I just completely metagame. Kuiper actually never told me that he was talking because Lyra never told Kuiper. I just assumed the Kuiper had told me. I do apologize
Kuiper
for
told you.
that, John.
Kuiper
Did
did.
Kuiper tell
Told you
me?
a message, yes.
Oh, yes, you did tell me in message. Never mind. I metagamed the metagame. Ha ha.
He asked who were
Waffleberg.
you talking
like-
to. Don't give him a reason to shoot you.
I did roll a 18 on a investigation. I can roll on perception if you'd rather that instead. I just kind of assumed investigation. But does he have a sending stone?
How are you going to check for this?
Waffleberg's going to get up close and personal.
So you're going to start frisking him.
Also, I rolled 21 on inside. You got a nat 20.
Waffleberg will
Yes.
start frisking if he has to, but he's just going to basically ask, "You got a stone, like a rock?"
Okay, first things first. Well, first things. Oh yeah. I got confused because it's like Delris. Like, oh no, that's the wrong person. There, I see there. No, it says quite clearly Alari underneath, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Delris. Yeah.
Alari.
You think Alari? Yeah, you think he's kind of bullshitting. Potoo. Not only do you know he's bullshitting, you also know that he probably tried to pull a fast one on you with saying stuff exactly by going, "Yeah, I wasn't speaking to speaking to nobody." Because, as Waffleberg does indeed find, he did indeed have a sending stone. A sending stone isn't somebody, it's something.
Waffleberg looks at the butler, and Waffleberg is going to have Wilhelm behind the butler, and Waffleberg's just going to push the butler over Wilhelm as Waffleberg's going to activate the sending stone. Hello, hi, we're calling about your carriage's extended warranty.
The butler stumbles back, but keeps his footing.
Alari will
Potoo's
kind
going
of
to
go
grab
up.
him by the collar.
She'll go up to him, light her hand on fire, and just go.
As you activate the sending stone, and you say that, Waffleberg, a voice on the other end comes over. Do not worry. Our delivery is getting to you very shortly. What was it? 5 turnips, 3 carrots, and some peppers.
Voice familiar.
Roll me a insight.
That is a 22.
There is definitely a twang of Shuriman in that voice. A very familiar Shuriman sounding voice.
Is it the Travelers from Stone?
It is not the Travelers.
I don't think we've met other people from Shurima other than.
There is technically
We met
someone,
the people in the cave.
There is technically someone from Shurima. Or someone that was born in Shurima at least.
Hmm.
Do we need to roll to remember this?
Yeah, can I roll to remember this? Because it's not the Waffleberg's not remembering. Because I don't remember any character
Roll me a wisdom
born
check.
in Shreem.
Roll me a wisdom check.
That is a 21.
Because I'm doing like the thing where it's like, if the player has forgotten something, it was just like, roll a wisdom check just to remember.
That is
With that 21, however,
21.
yep, you're going through all the
Don't know.
Shurimans.
I don't know.
And it's clearly not the Travelers. And the Travelers are the people that you also met down in the little sand hall. It's definitely not the Scorpion. And let's face it, I doubt he's going to have a sending stone to the Bakai, so it's not then. Which leaves
It's not
one
one of the assassins, is it? Are they even
An-
Shuriman?
An eye-patched figure appears in your mind, Waffleberg. An eye-patched figure that led you out of Piltover and towards Noxus. Because yes, Samira was indeed born in Shurima.
Oh,
I never even drew the connections. I completely forgot that.
are you mentioning this?
As she answers over, Waffleberg's like, yes, well, that's good, but I don't think we ordered turnips. I think we instead ordered potatoes or green beans or something like that. Sorry, we're having a bit of a bad connection. Tell me, what is the local laws for bounties? Is it around 35, 55? You know what? When you get here, we'll talk about it and whatnot. By the way, we don't happen to have a metal horse that can kick your ass, but I've got a metal pangolin. Oh, and to quote a friend that you would also know, get the hell off my property. And then Waffleberg's gonna hang up. We all need to go.
Wait, who was that?
Eye patch lady from Boat who acted like Pinco.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Darius.
Just Darius. Is Darius still down here?
Darius was waiting outside the door just in case he tried to exit through that way. He'll just look to you.
Like, oh, hell no.
What's the issue?
Potoo is dragging the butler with him into the next room.
So
It's not.
What did the worm give up?
He's been working with a lady named Samira, who has an eye patch and tried to take us to your secret society in Noxus.
Okay, a couple of things I need to do right now.
Darius is in fact canonically dating her at the moment, I believe.
It's more I need to remember something right now to do with the Black Rose itself. And that is Darius aware of it? Yep, Darius has had dealings with its members in the past. But doesn't say if they were good dealings or bad dealings, so...
Correctly, Darius and LeBlanc are not the best of friends because he hates how LeBlanc.
Yeah. So he'll just look to you and be like, Samira's after you.
Lies and bullshit, but they do know each other.
Yeah. Samira's a good friend of mine. I think we can quite easily talk her out of this. Who did you say's hired her again?
Roses.
Yellow tulips, black something.
She
What
just got
Alari's?
a certain group of roses.
Going from like Waffleberg saying black something, and then you saying a certain group of roses. You see his eye twitch as you all stop in the dining room. He's like, one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a deep breath, grabs the table, and just flips it.
I
Is
like
this
to
the time
imagine.
for Warfriend?
I like to imagine it's such a good fucking flip that it just ends up back on its legs.
I'm going to roll a strength check for him just to see. Yeah, no, that thing does 3 fucking full rotations before landing back on its feet.
With that roll, it lands back on the floor. The cloth lands perfectly. The glasses, the bubble is like
No,
clapping.
I quite literally imagine. Have you seen the Jim Carrey film of The Grinch?
Yeah.
It's quite literally a case of he flips the table, it lands upright, everything lands nice and peacefully on it. He kind of walks away, then quickly walks back and just pushes everything off the table.
But it's just kind of there, like, looks to her mother, is like, look, either she's after you for some reason, or your friend was waiting for us to get here, and he knew we were
Hey,
coming.
Buddy, ass. Your name's Ass now.
Did you drag the butler?
Yes, Potoo dragged the butler all the way back in.
Or is it for her or what? Hi.
My small friend, it all depends. If she's by herself, it's the time for words. If she's with a few people, maybe it's the time for war.
We're not
If she's
talking
with
about. We're not.
Oh no,
Darius.
no, Darius is
Kuiper's
talking to
talking.
Kuiper.
Yes.
Because Kuiper
Yeah.
left a message there for me. But if she's with several units, it's maybe the time for you to run. And if that is the case, well, if you've got transport, that'll work. If you don't, I have transport that can help.
We do have transport. We
And
have
the
an
most I
airship.
could do is probably use that transport of mine to block your way. Well, not block your way, but block them from getting to you. If you get what I mean.
Essentially body block.
We are perfectly capable.
We are, but I don't want these guys again.
Yes, in all honesty, I would rather have Darius and them argue out their legal matters and deal with as this appears to be a home issue. That way we don't cause things to get worse. That being said,
Waffleberg's getting up close and personal with the butler again. You haven't answered my question, Ass. Is he here for us, or is she here for her?
By her, do you mean her or her?
The mistress. The her he points to Alari is with the us. Also, by the way, I'm from Zon, so if you lie to me,
There's no
I don't even have-
lying at this point, is there?
No.
Lying would just belittle both of us at this point.
Aye, that's true. So tell us, you here for us, or for Miss Mare right there?
He just gives a chuckle, looks your mother dead in the eyes. Both.
Both.
oh, cool.
Oh,
Let's put it
looks
one
at
way.
her mother. It's like, how did you make an enemy out of them?
She just looks at you all. I didn't.
Oh, she's an
Never even heard of
Avarosian
this.
leader.
Yes, I've never even heard of these people before. But if
Yeah.
they're as high up in the secretive as you make it sound, leverage. I'm
I
either
don't-
leverage or you're leverage on me. I don't know which way this will go.
There's a big box in here. Like, this is a storeroom, right? Or is this a kitchen?
Back in the kitchen, there'll be like crates where food has been delivered.
Waffleberg is taking him along. He is going to empty out one of the crates, and he's going to put him inside of the box. Alrighty, ass. For your punishment and whatnot, Waffleberg is going to reach down, take his tie from him, put it in his bag. That's mine now, and then he's going to close the box. He's going to nail the box down.
As you close the box, you'll hear a knocking on it, and just a voice of, "May I just say one last thing before you do what you're going to do?"
Yeah, sure.
Well, first of all, can I get the lid? I like to look in the eyes of whoever's nailing me in a box before I talk to them.
But I've already started nailing the damn thing, and I'm getting a phone call on one of my sitting stones. Dude, you deal with it. Dude, deal with it.
Right.
So are you opening up the box?
Why exactly should I open the box for you?
Because I like to look into... Because let's face it, if you want a good read on me to see if what I'm saying is the truth or not, you're going to need to stare me in the eyes, aren't you?
I'm sending Devi into the box. I can
Okay.
see you now.
Yes, but I'm not talking to your little shark, I'm talking to you.
Yes, but I don't trust that you are safe outside the box.
What am I going to do? I'm a butler. If I was going
Yes,
to do
but
something, I would have done it by now. We would have poisoned your drinks or spiked your soup or the other way around. But I'm not like that,
But you
no.
wouldn't
I'm
want us
not.
dead, would you?
What?
You wouldn't want us dead, would you? Just
There are
sort of
poisons
pushes
that
the box
can...
slightly.
There are non-lethal poisons that can just restrict your movement, make it easier for them to come collect you. But I didn't do that now, did I? Because little preparation time is what they call it.
Potoo's eyes twitch, and he is going to rattle the box.
He's rattled along in it. Now come on, that's just being childish.
No, being childish is something else. But there's no ocean here, so I can't exactly do that.
You can't tell him, but you feel like he's squinting hard at you.
Just whispers, I can make that happen.
Ah, yes. Floating with no way to pay the tie.
Oh, yes.
Either way, she's like Alari's not there. She looks very conflicted though in the main room. It's like,
The butler's going to let out a slight chuckle at this point. All I wanted to say was you've made a bit of a mistake.
A mistake.
Yes. You should really check where you're stuffing people into first. And then the box begins to twist in front of you, Potoo,
Gwyn.
as a familiar golden light envelops it and a bit of the room.
Do I need to roll something to see exactly what this is?
You can roll me a arcane check. Kuiper, since you're in there
Go.
with him, you can roll this with advantage.
Oh my.
That is natural.
If it's any form of magic.
Oh, it is. It's very familiar to Kuiper. As the box reforms and the lid falls off, and you see the circles underneath inside the box, you realize this is a portal to Bandle City.
the
I
Yordle
was
was
gonna
a
try and counter spell.
The butler was a Yordle?
the butler was a fucking Yordle.
Just looking dead at Kuiper like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's a very last minute thought, but you know, you're still gonna do it regardless.
I'm gonna say, unfortunately, portals to Bandle City cannot be counterspelled. They are way too
Ah,
strong
damn
of
it.
magic.
Alari. Well, this is happening. Alari just kind of walks up to his mother. It's just like,
Actually, no, I just realized that there is a check thingy. So, I am going to need you to make me a ability check using your spellcasting ability, though, Kuiper.
Oh. Oh no.
No. Oh, wait, no. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Yeah, you do not pass that. You do not counter spell the portal.
so, just kind of there, like,
Oh.
she's like, I don't forgive you, for one. But I can't just leave you to them.
Look, if you're worried about me, just go. I'll see if Gragas can protect me.
That's natural.
Yeah,
That's
no.
good.
It's just kind of like, Waffleberg!
Are we leaving her? What's going on?
We're taking her with us.
I'm gonna knock her out. If she doesn't want to go, I'm knocking her out.
Also, the butler's gone.
Potoo, I knew Potoo would fail me in the end.
Oh, no. Potoo was doing the best. They didn't get out the box and escape. Turns out the box was a portal to Bandle City.
So you failed me, Waffleberg.
Oh, that poor butler's gonna be torn to shreds. Yeah, but that's a natural 20 to knock out Alari's mom. I've got to go. I've got to run. So Waffleberg's just going to be carrying the mom to the ship.
Okay, no worries.
So I do apologize that I do have.
It's okay.
No worries, Santa. See you next time.
Yeah, Waffleberg just with his metal arm is just finally backhand her at the head. Look at Alari. I've been waiting to do that, and then gonna pick her up and run.
We're going to have to explain that to every person we pass by.
Nope. Just to a few. Everybody else is just going to be too shocked.
Now I leave.
Either.
We suddenly
Either
get stopped by Gragas.
I'm wondering now. If it's just her, we could talk, but I don't know whether it's worth the risk waiting.
If it's just her, you can leave it to me and I'll have a talk with her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she'll just hand, like... Oh wait, no, Potoo's got one for you. I was going to say, I would hand you a standing stone, but Potoo's already got yours.
I don't know what a standing stone is, but yes.
Sending. Sending.
Yes.
I think a standing stone
probably-
would be like...
I can escort you to your ship at least. I believe that's what you came in on, is it not?
Yes.
Yes.
Thought so. I saw something land out the window.
Thank you.
He nods and he will head out with you all back towards the gently used fish.
I actually have to wait for him to get out the door because he's got that bulky ass armor.
I mean, I can just do this.
That too.
The fish.
So, as you're rushing back to the gently used fish, he will look to you all. I should probably explain what business I had with your mother then.
Sure.
Turns out that there's been a bit of conflict and a bit of hiring recently involving the Freljord. Some
Yes?
rogue mages gathering a group of the berserkers, a group of the barbarians, and heading down to assault Demacia, as we speak. And of course, given our history with Demacia, it was vital information for us to know.
Yes. I guess so.
Either way, I'm just letting you know, just in case. That was along your pathway, so you know if to avoid it or not, I don't know. That's your business.
I have no plans on going to Demacia. They will hate me.
Oh, they'll hate all of us, I think.
Pretty much. Most of us use magic in some form or another, or are magic to begin with. So, Demacia is not really a friendly place for us.
And I don't think we have anybody that can vouch for us in Demacia, so definitely
No.
not.
We don't really know what Demacia.
Yeah.
Plus, we have a few other things we need to do. I think we've kept Bilgewater waiting long enough, to be honest.
Oh, right.
You're heading back to Bilgewater.
We got a job there a while back, and, well, they've been kind of waiting for us.
Apparently some people have been seen traveling to Bilgewater recently as well.
Hmm?
Some boats have been spotted coming from Aeonia, and one even from here, from the Freljord.
Interesting. Probably something to do with that Isles business.
He shudders
Oh, no.
again and visibly goes to rub his forehead again.
We've tangled with them a couple times now.
Yes.
Once harrowing, and the other time, well, handling Piltover.
Just be careful if you do go handle it again.
We've gone toe-to-toe with them a few times.
As I told your avian friend there, they have a habit of being able to corrupt the minds of others. That's what happened with me.
This one has a habit of taking swords.
I've only taken one sword in my lifetime, and that's this.
And it turned you into what you are now.
Hey, I'm still me.
You used to be a different color.
Yes, that's true.
And you now talk to a little flying shark ghost.
He will also look down to Kuiper at this moment and be like, something seems to be troubling you as well.
What do you mean?
Well, the whole business of what happened in the kitchen back there. Some kind of odd light shone through the doors, and when you and your bird friend stepped out, you all had a puzzled look on your face.
Well, less puzzled.
Yes.
More.
He went to Vandal City.
Yes.
He is going to make a roll. Does he know what Bandle City is? Holy shit, he does.
Oh my god.
Bandle City, but that's Yordles. Don't get me wrong, we have Yordles in Noxus. All are welcome in Noxus, but generally Yordles not the kind to be doing this kind of behavior.
No.
It is very interesting.
And I doubt any Yordle has made it into the Black Rose, as far as I know. So it can't be due to that either. So what does he get out of this? Can't fix these flakies.
Who knows? Maybe he could be forced. He shrugs.
Forced, brainwashed. There's a lot of things in society. It's kind of creepy.
Maybe, I'm assuming that's going to be something you're going to have to check out then, given no
May-
human can make it to Bandle.
We do have connections there.
Yes.
Well, yes, that's obvious given your little friend here, and the other little friend.
You two are really bad at hiding.
It's not so
What?
much that. Glamour doesn't work the way you probably think it does. Glamour doesn't just disguise them as humans. Glamour disguises them as what someone wants to see. Humans generally want to see other humans, therefore they see Yordles as humans. But Noxians do not care too much about race. Therefore we see Yordles as Yordles. Which is actually true. It's something I read about in the lore recently. About that's how glamour works.
That's actually pretty cool.
Which makes it all the more interesting because technically if Potoo was to look at Kuiper, Potoo really should be seen as small vest iron.
Question is,
It'd be
what
pretty
kind
easy to root out in that case, though, if you think about it.
Yeah,
Just like, I see this. Well, I see this.
It's why I'm generally never bringing that up too much, because generally that had only been brought up if you did something and I ran off and they're like, quick, chase that small child. What do you mean small child?
That's a midget. What are you talking about?
It's clearly a man with a handlebar mustache. No, that's clearly a small lizard.
I just
Oh,
see
is it?
somebody offering me ice cream.
Oh god, it's
I
the ice
don't
cream
know why
wizard
they're
just
running.
backing away slowly. Just a tiny ice cream wizard. Anyway. You do eventually make it back to the boat to gently use fish. And as you do so, Stellara peeks her head up. What's happening there? Who is
He's
she?
friendly.
Not
Points
so
at
much.
Darius.
Not so much him. Points to
Stella-
Waffleberg, who hold Alari and Delris' mother.
Like, Stellara, my mother. My mother, who's unconscious, Stellara. Let's get on the boat.
Yep. And as you get on the boat, someone else is going to peer over the deck.
Nope, stay there. Don't. Damn it.
Oh no.
Let's see if you can actually roll to catch Umpa.
Put the club down.
Umpa peers over, looks around, looks to Darius. Darius is going to make a perception as well.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they have spotted each other. Darius just looks at the small baby Yeti.
Jacques.
Umpa is staring at Darius, and you can see she's doing like the equivalent of brain mathematics for babies. As she's trying to put two and two together. Given Darius doesn't
It
have his
literally
axe at the
is.
moment, she is struggling a bit.
It's literally not mathematical equations, except it actually is just 2 plus 2.
She'll,
1 plus 4.
Pretty much.
she'll turn to Darius and just kind of look at him, just be like, while the rest of them are getting on the boat, it's like, look, I appreciate your help. But you wouldn't happen to know anything about 2 dead Yetis nearby, would you?
He looks to you, then looks to the baby Yeti, then looks back to you again, and his eyes just widen in horror.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
I should probably state off the bat first. I did it to save my people, and to save the people that were guiding us, because the Yetis attacked first.
They were probably
Otherwise, I would never attack a Yeti in response, given that they are an endangered species.
Yes, they were probably afraid considering their baby was missing and someone was hunting them.
Why was the baby missing? A baby Yeti doesn't wander off by itself.
Her parents
Starts with a
by
C.
singed. Her parents got attacked by singed people. She got separated from them.
His name keeps coming up a lot today.
Yes, he is a horrible human being.
I never did approve of his tactics in Ionia.
We did kind of kick his ass, though, so that was very satisfying. Sent him running.
Look, I'm not expecting the little one to forgive me anytime soon if she works it out. But know that I regret doing what I did. And if I had any other choice, I wouldn't have done so.
I understand. I doubt she'll work it out anytime soon, but for now we do have to leave.
You hear a war cry getting closer and closer.
I mean, with that one, it's like calculating, tall spiky man.
404.
404, memory not found. Walks over to the unconscious Alari's mother instead, just like talking.
It's kind of like, we really do have to go.
Yeah, Kuiper is keeping Umpa distracted from this guy, regardless.
Oh, you know, like, Umpa is like looking between you, and then keeps going to check over Alari's mother. So it looks like she's checking for axe wounds, given that's what happened to the last people she saw that was still like this.
It's
So Like as soon as she confirms there's no wounds, it's like, huh, goes back to Kuiper.
Clearly not this person.
It's like, we'll be in touch. Thank you again for your help.
Been a might of Nox to see you through.
Yes. I probably should get in touch with Draven at some point. I haven't spoken to him since Ionia.
Be prepared for him to nag your ear off and for 50% of the conversation at least to be about himself.
Yes, I'm kind of expecting that. But I owe him at least a conversation.
Wait. Neil, look back to you. Look you up now. Oh, that explains why blue's his new favourite colour.
She's like, wait, what?
Oh, you know, when he got back from Ionia, he couldn't stop talking about certain things. Of course, I drown out half of them because, of course, I do. It's Draven. At the end of the day,
Okay.
though, as much as an arrogant little shit he is, he's still a good man deep down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just if he invites you to see where it is deep down, don't take him up on that offer. He's about to make a dick joke.
Well, this is the thing. I'd heard rumors about him being quite promiscuous, and when I was going to sleep with him, he rejected me. That was interesting.
He kind of just stops, freezes up, full 180. And he's got to roll an insight on you. I'm going to need you to make me a persuasion on this shit.
That actually happened, though.
I know it did, but it's going to take quite a bit for him to believe you on that shit. He just kind of freezes and stares at you. One moment. Pulls out an actual sending stone, gets on it, and you do hear a voice on the end and go, Draven time. Who's got... Oh, it's you.
Ah.
So, I'm here with a certain person, a certain mutual friend. We don't have mutual friends. No, we do now.
Just say Alari.
Alari. Put me on. 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 No. First things first. She said you didn't try and sleep with her. Oh, yeah? Who are you and what have you done with my brother? Yeah, pretty much. Like, normally sending stones, it's so quiet that you'd only hear one end. Draven talks so loud that you can actually just about hear him through the other.
Just specially made sending stone for speaking.
It just looks to you. I'm gonna just continue this conversation as I get back into the town. You mean to do what you need to do here.
Thanks for your help again.
He nods and walks off. So yes, you now have a unconscious mother on board.
Just kind of walks over to where Umpa is, like, poking at the mother. It's like, we probably should get out of here.
Oh no, Umpa stopped poking at the mother now. She's clarified that the mother is not dead, and has now climbed onto Kuiper's back and is snoring on his ear.
Just kind of goes over to her and just kind of picks her up and gives her a cuddle.
She cuddles back,
like...
but it takes a bit to pry her off Kuiper.
It's like, he's not a chew toy.
You can half assume that this is probably because she's still teething a little bit. So it's like just comforting to chew on something. It's probably
Maybe
also why she chews on her feet a bit as well.
we should probably get you something else to chew on. That's not... No, not Potoo.
It was probably her club, but it now has nails in it.
Oh, that's fair. Alari will kind of go in her bag.
As you go into your bag, Umpa will also dive into your bag. Hands first in a grabby motion.
Oh,
And you just hear it go.
Oh, the fruit! The fruit!
I hope it was dried, or else it's going to make your bag smell terrible.
It was just a sack of fruit that was in there.
She just looks up like fruit smeared over her face, just like the biggest shit-eating grin.
The biggest fruit-eating grin.
I'll pull out a torch and kind of take the end off where the oil would be and just hand her the wood to chew on.
She begins gnawing on it. And yes, I'm assuming Waffleberg is going to get the ship ready to take off. Does he just look to you all to give the signal?
She'll just nod at him and then start dragging the mother to a bed.
I'm not going to do Waffleberg voice, because that's going to hurt me, but he'll look to you all. So whereabouts are we heading to?
Probably should head back to Bilgewater at this point.
Yes.
Wait, we didn't need to. Wait, no, we needed to go and make sure those bombs were disabled.
Oh yeah, that too.
That
Should
was
we
it.
have mentioned that to Darius?
We might have should have mentioned it, but
I mean,
it's
we
too late.
technically still can. Holding up Sydney Stone.
Maybe drop him a message. But I need to get this one to a bed. She might have a concussion. Not that I care too much, but you know.
Karma's going to be eating her ass later. It's fine.
No, that's
Exactly.
only if you take her to Ionia.
No, you just see Devi chewing on her ankle.
Also, I am just loading up something at the moment just to see. Okay, so yeah, I do have that area on that map, but still, so that's fine.
Just there, like nom 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 nom, being dragged along with the body.
So you would know roughly that the bombs would be held. Hang on, I'm just seeing if there's like a thing. Oh, there is, but it's slightly more to the. What the fuck? Did I not zoom in enough for that? Or is this just a new thing they added to this?
Not enough zoom.
'Cause you got Yeti's Vigil there, found the village here. Now you got that star, so oh no, it is there. It's just that I've zoomed in a bit more where I am at the moment.
Yeah, that's the Frostguard Citadel.
Yep. Which me, because just there you could just about see the like frozen ice palace.
Yeah.
You would know that the bombs are roughly here.
Okay.
Which dot?
This
that
dot.
one.
So we need to just go make sure they're disabled, and then we can get out of there.
Roughly.
And then
roughly 4 or 5 days travel.
yeah. So we get up into the air and travel off.
Yep. And god damn it. You know what I'm meant to load up.
The chart.
Yeah.
That night, though, before like we go to bed, after Alari's kind of shoved the mother into a bed somewhere, she will call Draven on the sending stone.
Okay. I'll say that this will be happening in the first day as well, like first day's travels worth. Like you'll be able to get
wait.
like Delris
Yeah,
before
yeah,
night.
there's-
Actually, no, wait. Given it was
It
midday, you'd be getting like Delris before nightfall, like half.
Well, I'm thinking it probably have to be a few days later anyway, because like we gave it to Darius to give to Draven.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
That's true.
It would be until he got back to
I'd
Noxus.
say that it would roughly be on like the 3rd day. So when
Okay.
it gets to like say Darish
Yeah.
is when you'd be able to.
Okay.
So the first night passes by as you get up there, get a bit of sleep, you do a bit of travel. And I feel like I've been doing this a bit too much over the past sessions, but it leads to funny, interesting situations. Oh no!
Oh no?
Oh, that's not a funny, interesting situation.
We are not doing the flying sword hanging motionless in the air again.
We're just being stalked by it.
Just Aatrox is slowly following. No, that was something with a hashtag. That doesn't count. 37, let's see. Okay. I guess we can work with that. Oh, yeah, no, we can work with that quite well. Okay.
Alari would be up on deck.
Yep. So, I'm not even
Same.
going to make any of you roll me a perception for this. So this is quite clear. There is a giant thunderstorm ahead.
Mhm.
You see the lightning
Oh.
crackling through the clouds.
Maybe we should try to avoid that.
Yes. Take us a little longer, but hey,
It'd be better than getting.
Waffleberg can try and get you around it. And as he does so, now I want you all to roll me a perception.
Okay.
got them.
I feel like at the start of every session, I just need to give Kuiper one bardic inspiration to spend at any point.
I might just take lucky.
Only Lyra and Potoo notice this. There is a silhouette in this cloud. What seems to be a large sign.
Ha!
Wait. Get close, but not too close.
I don't think we want to get close to the Earth.
Now
There's
that
an
you pointed it out, you can also see the large bear-like figure in the cloud.
Yeah, maybe we should avoid that.
What could that be?
I hear any of the Fragilordian spirits making commentary.
You hear quite a few of them start to make prayers.
Ah, yes.
Give me a sec.
I'm pretty sure I know who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to load up this thingy though, just to see if it gives alternate names for him. It does. You hear voices in your sword, Potoo. The relentless storm, the thunder's roar, the hounded lord, the great storm, he who stands. And as you get closer, let me upload this image, you piece of shit. Please don't be doing this shit again where it's like, you wanted to upload an image? Nah, you've used up all your space. No, I will tell you when I've used up all my space. Apparently I've used up all my space.
Delete something.
Delete Aatrox, we don't need Aatrox anymore. Aatrox has been yeeted out of existence. Bye Aatrox.
Aatrox will stalk us later.
Also, I am keeping an eye on the time just in case, because I know we do have the Namco
I need to get-
Bandai thing coming up.
I need food as well. I haven't eaten.
Yeah. Oh, come on, I uploaded that. Where is it? This is bullshit. Sorry that this is taking a bit. Oh, screw you. Screw you heavily and all that you stand for.
You know that if you look through a Potoo's ear hole, you can see its eye.
I imagine that's just what Alari's doing at the moment. While all this. It's just, you're all looking into this cloud. Alari's looking into Potoo's ear hole and just be like,
She's like, is it true? Is it really true?
Because the same thing happens with owls.
I'm going to refresh the page and see if that shows it for me.
You can
This-
see an owl's eye through its ear hole.
So remember, if you stick a finger into Potoo's ear hole, you can pop out one of his eyes.
If you pop out one of my eyes, I'm going to take your fingers.
Why do I get the feeling that the reason this is not coming up is because we've already got the image somewhere?
One way to find out.
Should not, but I won't put it past it. We don't.
No.
Screw it. I'm probably just going to have to do a thing like I did last time where I throw it into D&D chat and then edit it into the video.
Yeah.
D&D chat. You'll see this silhouette in the clouds.
Yep. Bear.
Ooh.
Holy bear.
And as you're passing by, a loud roar does emanates from it, and you see several lightning bolts just strike the ground.
Bear.
But you do eventually.
It caught. It stuck. Yes.
What?
It did.
Oh, right, the song.
Sorry. Like Ranna started humming the Gummy Bears theme song with Bear. I'm just like, yeah.
So yes, you do eventually get past it, and everything is fine. Day 2 travel.
I'm guessing Mama.
Yeah, your mum's awake by now, and it's up to you what you do with her.
She's just kind of wakes up in a bed on this unfamiliar ship, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's also
Good, now you can actually see your death. Launches them off the side.
Good, now we've got you to water. Yee.
And like, does she kind of just like woke up on the deck, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just like walks up. Where the fuck am we at sea? I don't
Just
know.
kind of
And then looks over the edge.
Oh, you're not scared of heights, are you?
just kind of watching her holding Umpa, just kind of like patting Umpa's back, like.
It's not the heights that scare me. It's the fall that comes afterwards.
Are we still in view of the storm by chance?
I'd say the storm would probably be leaving back behind you at this point.
Potoo just gestures. That could have been
It's
worse.
the first thing she has said, I understand.
She'll just turn, look to the cloud, and then she'll actually drop to her knees and just like praying. And the name that she gives is the Destroyer of the White Mountain.
That guy has a lot of names.
True.
You don't become a god of the Freljord without getting a few names.
Well, I've heard quite a few from the fellows that are hanging out with me.
Also, I
Didn't
feel like I need
we
to
see-
state this as well because this is funny. Like on each wiki page, it gives a whole list of aliases. Right at the bottom,
Yeah.
we just have the alias that only Nunu gives in, which is Mr. de Volibear Sir.
That's adorable.
But she's just kind of watching her, just holding Umpa, like, while
Yeah,
we're
she'll turn
continuing.
and just like, why'd you have a Yeti?
This is Umpa.
She slowly puts two and two together. This is a child you've adopted.
Well, her parents were dead, killed. So, and she found us, and we've been looking after her.
But what about... Where are the other two children then?
2 children?
The two that you came into my house with?
Oh,
Right here, friend.
She looks down
No.
at you. I'm assuming you're not glamored at this point because you're on your own ship.
No, he's just reading his book.
not children.
You're like one of... I've seen your kind around before.
Yordle.
Yes, like your butler.
My butler.
Your butler was a York.
Closes his book. Yes.
My butler... No, my butler was human.
So was
That's what-
I.
See,
Shrugs.
that's what you wanted to see.
Huh.
But,
then why did
yes,
you all
so-
see him as human?
I don't know, but he vanished into Bandle City. So, either he's Yordle, or he got torn apart as he did. So, either way.
Make me a check there, would you please? There is a
Alari.
Alari, make me an intelligence.
Did that go through? No, it did not.
Not yet.
There we go.
Yeah, no,
You
I
have
got
my
torn
curse
apart.
today.
I'll let Kuiper and Potoo make an intelligence as well, since they're in earshot of this. Or in
Cool.
behind eyeball, as we now know, shot.
In the behind eyeball shot.
It's just that outbirds don't have the same interior, like, structure as we do.
Kuiper, you know it's probably not the first time humans have gone to Bandle. Probably won't be the last, so possibly could be, but how does he know then? Potoo, well, you didn't get torn apart when you went to Bandle.
Oh, yes, I didn't get torn apart when I went to.
You just became a Yordle for a bit.
Yeah. So unless he's got a really good disguise. Torn apart?
And I love the fact that it's just slowly pieced together with some people now. It's like, oh yeah, no, does this mean that... Are you doing this just so that we can get back Yordle Delris?
Yelris?
Kuiper just face palms and go, wait, I might have seen him as a Yordle if he was Yordle. I don't think that's the case.
Delwith?
Just looks to is it Delris that's on right now?
No, it's not. That was just
Okay.
an out of character joke.
Just gonna point at them and go, no.
It's just like, just kind of like holding Umpa, just kind of rocking her as she's chewing on like the wood.
I mean,
It's kind of like, look, we brought you on the ship so you would not get kidnapped by a Noxian secret society and be tortured.
Or worse.
Or worse. Because I definitely would not have come for you.
I was about
So-
to think that you took me on the boat here so you could get me to sober up away from alcohol before we had a talk. But I guess that was wishful thinking.
I don't particularly want to forgive you. Delris might be willing to. I am not.
That's
And if you
fine.
touch my alcohol, I will take your finger.
She just chuckles
Yeah, that's
like,
true. Do not touch any alcohol on the ship or I will personally throw you overboard.
she just chuckles slightly. That's fine. I don't deserve it.
Ugh! Stop being so melodramatic. You made those choices.
Yes, and I'm living
Now
with them.
live with them.
I
Yes,
am living
but-
with them.
Now take responsibility. Stop bitching about it. Jesus.
Just
We've
looks
been
at you.
through hell. You don't see us crying about it every turn, do you? No, we're living our lives. We're getting on with it.
You don't see us crying about it every turn, do you? You just watch Mariah walk past crying.
Mariah
Yes.
accidentally spilled her.
Mariah. Just like, you're the only one of us who actually has a loving family.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Ow!
You're the one without a tragic backstory.
I just found this image of Potoo.
It's like, they're like, either way. Own your shit.
All I'm going to say is, and I know in retrospect it was the wrong idea, it was the wrong move to make, and I should have owned up to my responsibility back then and taken care of you myself and been a better mother. But you have to understand, I didn't do it for money. I did it because I thought it was the best thing for you two. He was saying that he could take you to a better life, so that you could make something of yourselves and be away from me. If I wanted to sell you for
Sorry.
money, I would have just sold you to those people that came around when you were 8.
So you considered telling us not once, but twice. Mother of the Year. Anyway.
No, I never considered selling you to them. They were the ones offering to buy you, and I told them no. I already knew what reputation they'd had for stealing young ones. I saw them
Either way,
packing.
regardless, at that point, it had been 9 years. You had no right to even consider deciding our life for us at that point.
Also, I may just be scrolling up to try and get an idea of something quickly. Just to see if it's been said.
Hmm?
I can't see it, which is annoying me. I'm having to scroll so far back, I should have taken notes from you, Ranna. I forgot. The people that you discussed with me from Potoo's backstory. You know, those ones. Did they have any defining features?
No, I don't think they did. Not that Potoo would remember.
Okay. Never mind then.
She's just kind of like,
She'll sigh and then look to you. I can't make it up to you. I know that. You want nothing to do with me when this is done. You just want me to know what pain I have put you through. And that's fine. I am starting to get an idea of even the slightest bit of what I put you through. And I feel like if I carry on down that pathway, it's going to be rough for me, yes, but it'll be good for me as well.
for me, there is no way that you could ever make amends for what you've done. Because of what you've done, I am barely a person anymore.
And yet you're more of a person than I am.
Well, when one has to learn to be a mother at 7 years old, you kind of get a knack for it.
She just lets off a slight chuckle and then shakes her head. Yes, you've been more of a mother than I have.
No shit, I raised my little sister.
And now you're raising another little one as well.
She just kind of looks up at that point and is like,
You've done a lot better than I have in my days. I've really got not much more to say about it than that. And if it gets it would just belittle the both of us at this point.
well, like I said, I can never forgive you. What Delris does is her own choice. She is her own person. And as much as I don't like you, and I will never forgive you, what she does is up to her. If she wants to talk to you, she can.
The seas
If she
begin.
forgive you, she can.
The seas begin to tremble, and a large turtle just slowly stands up. I don't like you.
He must be yelling if we can hear him from all the way up here.
It's like, if she wants to have a relationship with you, she can. But personally, I don't care for it. In all honesty, my every instinct is saying that you could still be a threat to us. Could still hurt us.
So what do you plan to do with me then?
I don't know. The others have been trying to curb my kill everything that's a threat idea.
I imagine she just like looks to the rest of you at that point, and you're just like, no, like, yeah, that's a thing.
Glances.
They tried to stop me from They stopped me from burning the Poro to death.
You just hear Mariah pipe over the background going, "This is why we hide the knives."
I wouldn't use knives.
And the guns.
I
And the
don't use
chickens.
guns. I just use magic.
Exactly.
This is why I have the fireball necklace.
You should not
Oh
be
no,
allowed
she
to
has the
necklace.
fireball necklace.
This is why we keep flame retardant.
Either way, the others are trying to get me not to kill everything I view as a threat. So,
You just look to the side. She's just there dressed as a little fireman with a fire extinguisher ready just in case.
Oh.
plus, I don't want Umpa to watch me murder you.
No, you need to be a better example for her than I was to you.
Just kind of eye twitching.
I mean, I'm not wrong, am I? I was a terrible mother to you.
Oh, you definitely were. But I have to curb. But I definitely inherited your temper.
You inherited my temper. Delris inherited probably the better parts of me that died those years back. She
No, I think
inherited
Delris is bad.
Yes, that's what I mean. He was the better of us both.
But yes, I definitely got your temper. But either way, I remember those bottles. And Potoo, not the time.
Ding, 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 ding.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Do what you will. You'll be safe on this boat.
Except touch my booze.
Oh yes, touch Potoo's booze, you'll probably end up overboard. And that won't be my doing, that'll be his doing.
Oh, if you mean the casks, they're already empty.
What?
Mandolin music stops.
Mariah is nowhere to be found. No, I'm not doing that without Rebecca's thingy.
Oh.
Otherwise, that's going to put Rebecca's character in deep shit. I know Rebecca would go along with that anyway, but I need confirmation that was what Mariah
Also,
was doing first.
if you're going to hang out on deck, look out for floating cupcakes. And make sure the other little one doesn't grab them.
And floating swords.
And floating swords. Don't go near the floating swords.
Floating cupcakes? The floating sword I did see, to be fair. I saw that out the window. That was weird. Giant
That
thing
was
appeared out of nowhere.
Yes, it was a thing. Either way, the cupcakes, we met someone in Zon who has been trying to lure away our small friend Mariah with cupcakes since. So, yeah, that's a thing. So if you see a floating cupcake and she's going towards it, just stop her. She has no impulse control. Why, I'm very terrified of her having that fireball necklace.
I'm sorry. I just imagine now there's this gift that I've got. Oh, friggin' Discord. I just imagine just that face initially is just what's going past Alari in the background. just the bundle with his chair. It's like.
Like, I have. Huh?
Nothing. Just muttering, sorry.
I'll
Was it
try and
so-
keep my eye out for any danger, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. Well, danger's a given with this crew.
Speaking of which,
Anyway.
top last roll for today. Let's see what we get.
We're about. Anyway, we're heading towards the north up that way to disarm some magical bombs before we leave the Felidord. So
That's not a good sign. I'm gonna.
what?
I need to just check a couple of things first. Lol, Wiki. What's that village called there?
Oh no, no,
Foundling village?
Ranna,
What?
No. no.
And there's Santa.
Oh no. Oh god, it's the default new Mundo dance. He's just doing the friggin' ab/nipple dance.
Bad Ranna.
Okay, I'll take that one. I'll take that. That'll do. Let me just check.
It's 10:13 as well.
Yeah, that's why we're going to end on this thing. So, what you see is a large column of black smoke.
Huh?
Where?
Coming from the Foundling village.
It's not a good sign.
Oh,
Definitely not.
were we
Making
too
these-
late?
No, that's not where the bombs were. But we should probably, I guess, check if people are alive.
Like quite legit. I rolled a 13 on what was it? I rolled a 15 on that, and 15 is a column of dark smoke rising up from an isolated village. Oh hi there, isolated village.
I mean,
I should probably not be blue going in here.
I don't think Yeti's Vigil
Definitely.
is a village.
I don't know what it is.
Let me check it. Yeti's, what is it again? Village.
Yet he's
Yeah.
vigil.
Vigil. Oh, it is. It is a settlement.
Hmm.
Oh.
Black smoke column moves.
Yeah, no, that. Potoo, Kuiper, you two roll me a history check on Yeti's Vigil. Potoo, you get it. Kuiper, you remember something happening there in the tales of long ago, but not too much. Potoo? Yeah, Yeti's Vigil's destroyed.
Huh.
It got destroyed because of the void. It had a battle against the void.
Well, that's kind of unsettling.
So
Wait.
yeah, that is something I will have to bring up next week when we get Waffleberg back, hopefully.
Don't remind Waffleberg about it.
So maybe we should check if anyone's still alive.
Yes.
And it is there where we're going to end it for this week. Both because we've been recording for coming up to 2 hours 15 minutes, but also because in 10 minutes we've got Bandai Namco.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So for those watching, thank you all for tuning in. I would say thank you for taking your time out of E3 to watch this, but E3 will be done by the time this goes up.
Yes.
How about that Cody getting in Smash, huh? Who knew that Cody would be in Smash? The last character who ended up in Smash is Cody. Who would have guessed it? Anyway.
Banjo and Keiuzo.
Anyway, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra.
Bye.
You don't know how hard it was for me to not say the Dark Tides of Devil Darlings again. Getting back into that bad habit.